Alright, hello everyone, Simon here. Let's finish Phoenix Wright Trilogy. We're on the last bit of the whole trilogy. February 10th, 3:36 PM, District Court, courtroom number 7! Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier. Test! Yes, test on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that! I totally forgot about it, I didn't. That's the weapon that Maya Fey used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or due to time constraints a full test wasn't possible? It's so bad. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. Oh, real? That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial. It's not the victim's blood. Somebody got cut. Who got cut? Only Misty got cut, right? Did Loris get cut? Yeah, no, only Misty got cut. No one else got cut. So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it? Dagger updated in the court record. Found stuck in a pine tree in the inner temple garden. The blood doesn't match the victim's. I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So let's finish this quickly. Agreed. Very well, please bring in the last witness. Oh, she's got a bun back. her top knot back. So, are we gonna channel Misty? We're gonna channel Misty, right? Witness! Please tell us your name and occupation. Profession. Maya Fey. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices. That's your profession? What about your other profession? Maya. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Q-Rain channeling technique. I'm frightened. The Fae clan, I don't want any more to do with it. I mean, there's not much you can do about that. Oh, Maya, the pain the Fae bloodline causes must be unbearable! Well, there's still Pearls. There's you and there's Pearls. I think everyone else is taken care of. Very well. Now then, Miss Fey, when the events occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple, and you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Donham's murder. Is this correct? I didn't see anything. Straighten up this instant, young lady. Huh? Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. But Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes! There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this! You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them! Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen? Witness! If you please. Yes, Your Honor. At the inner temple. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. Kapow! I stumbled and ended up against a stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness. So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been this staff. Maya! The person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Ha! Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. It seems that it will be hard to determine the criminals through testimony alone. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all. Okay. She got bopped. First of all, she got bopped by the staff. And then she couldn't see anything. And then she yelled, "Help me?" And in yelling, "Help me," she just panicked. She panic summoned somebody, probably. She probably panic summoned somebody, and that person stabbed the attacker, who is at least channeling Dahlia. I think she panic channeled somebody, and I don't think she knows who it is she channeled. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Who else was on the inner temple side that night? Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well. On the day after the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini at Hazakura Temple. That means she couldn't be the criminal. So then, did Iris actually come later like she said? Well, let me think. She seems confused, probably because she's so tired. No, I'm sure I didn't see her. You didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing for the training. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. Who did it? Who hit you? Ah, well. I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind. Utterly bopped. You didn't see the person? But after that, your attacker was in front of you. How could you not see who it was? Oh, let me think for a sec. I'm sorry, I just can't remember. Maya is really having a hard time. What should I do? I think I should leave her alone because we know it was dark. But let me press her just to be mean. Just to be an asshole, right? Let me like... Come on, Maya, this isn't making sense. Why didn't you see this person? Well, let me think. It was, that was not as hard as I was expecting. I was expecting some yelling. But no, he just said, "Why didn't you see?" That's not pressing harder. That's not pressing harder. Like, when you press harder, you squeeze them and it hurts. That's like, you press them harder. So that's not really pressing harder anyway. Oh yeah, that's right. It was dark. That's it. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Maya. It was dark. It's not good to have too much light around when someone is undergoing spiritual training. Suspicious. Come to think of it, there was earlier testimony to that effect as well. So it was dark in the garden on the night of the crime. Which is why she didn't see her attacker. I thought maybe she was trying to hide something, but I guess not. Why was she trying to hide something? Judging by the testimony thus far, the identity of the attacker was most likely the spirit that was channeled by Elise Stoneham, Dahlia Hawthorne. Very well, please continue with your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head? I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. What happened afterwards? My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think. You think? After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic! There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time. Well now, this is beginning to get interesting. So what were the two things rolling around in your mind? My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. Both statements are true. Well done, Maya. My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. Alright, my name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. I mean, that seems like a joke, but it might not be a joke. There might be a plot twist in there somewhere. 1 + 1 = 2. What would... If... I thought she'd be thinking about Mia or something. Like, whoever she was thinking about, I thought that's what she would... I thought that's who she would panic summon. Like, panic channel. But she didn't think of a person. So she didn't panic channel anyone. Unless... Maya Fey 1 + 1 = 2. That's not anyone's identity. Unless somebody taught her 1 + 1 = 2. I really suspect she panic summoned Mia, but I don't have any evidence yet. You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. But you do, like when you, well, I mean, you don't lose your memory, but when you channel, you lose your consciousness. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was. That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. I mean, that's not, no it's not. It's not understandable. There's nothing understandable about 1 + 1 = 2 when you're getting bopped. That's not understandable. So, what did you do then? I think I screamed, "Help me!" You think you screamed, but you're not sure? Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man? A woman? An adult? A child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits. Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have sawed my ropes. I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that was my last hope. Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? My last hope? What did she scream? So you're certain that you screamed, "Help me"? I think so. Are you sure you didn't say, "Help me, Mia"? Now that I think about it, yeah, that's gotta be what I screamed. Ha! Is it all that strange, Trite, for her to have screamed, "Help me"? No, I wanna know if she screamed any names, Godot. No, but something about that bugs me. Why would you face someone that's trying to kill you? And go through the trouble of screaming for help? Alright then, witness, go on with your testimony. Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna go back. Last hope. Wait a minute. Maya, what's this my last hope stuff? What? What do you mean by your last hope? No, that's what you said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me." Yeah. But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's like, what do you call it when that happens? Maya's not doing so well up there. Oh yeah, Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at. What did you just say? Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. There's another person? That's who I was screaming to for help! Ah! Wait, there's another person? Maya! What the? There's another person? What is it now? I messed up! I didn't mean to let that slip out. There's another person! Iris was there, wasn't she? Or is it Pearl? Pearl was there. Huh? Pearl was there. Witness! Are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person! I meant to keep that part a secret. Why? What have I done? Ha! It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. A ton of pressure? You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber. Witness! The information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony. I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern. A man? A man? The only man is Larry Butts. You could see a man behind your attacker? It's only Larry. Only Larry. Larry killed Misty Faye? To save you? A man! Who was this man? Well, you see, I couldn't see. You couldn't see? She used this excuse twice now. Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright. No, the lantern wasn't lit. Lantern light, did you say? There's a great big stone lantern in the garden. They always light it when an acolyte is there for training. Hey! You know what they say, under the lantern, darkness reigns. So I could see the person that was further away, but not my attacker, who was closer. Plus, there weren't any other light sources in the garden at the time. I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern. Then something warm splashed over me. Wow, did Laurice really... Or was it? Maybe it's Armando. maybe Godot was there the whole time. Maybe Godot did it. You don't mean... Was it... I didn't know it at the time, but... I think it was probably blood. It could have been gravy. Maybe it was Pearl. Maybe Pearl poured gravy over you to save you. Is she saying that when Miss Stoneham, who was channeling Dahlia, was stabbed in the back by the killer? At that moment, I was paralyzed with fear. Oh yeah, she was stabbed in the back. She was stabbed in the back by the man. At that moment, I was paralyzed with fear. I was just sitting there in the snow. I'm sure blood got on everything around me. That's when I lost consciousness. So what happened next? I don't remember. How were you saved? You don't even remember that? No. I haven't got any idea! You probably channeled Mia. I really don't know what happened at all. Yeah, you channeled somebody. Maybe you channeled Misty. Maybe Misty died, and then you channeled her right away. That's too bad. I've worked side by side with Maya for 2 years now. I can tell when she's trying to hide something by how she acts. And right now, I'm absolutely certain she's hiding something. Alright, so the lantern wasn't lit. But that's not really, like, doesn't tell us anything, it just tells us she lied here. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay. A man, I mean the only man was Maurice, right? How many men are there? There's Godot, there's Dick Gumshoe, there's Maurice, and there's Miles. Yeah, no, it's only Maurice was there, unless Godot was somehow there. She was... Misty died, and then Maya lost consciousness. I think Maya immediately channeled Misty after she died. Let me present the lantern here. So there was a man standing behind your attacker. Yeah. That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Donham, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. The killer! Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That is why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony. Huh? What do you mean? What problem? Maya, on the night of the crime, the stone lantern was out of commission. Huh? What? It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night. Order in the court! Mr. Godot, explain this! why are you asking him to explain it? Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe au lait. Cafe au lait? Is that even legal? Mr. Trite's words are the milk and you are the spoon, Your Honor! What? I'm a spoon! I'm no spoony bardo, have you know. You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that. Sorry, but that's not going to cut it. What did you say? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony. Nick, may I? Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. And she quite clearly described him as a man! Ah! In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker. No! Order! What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer under pitch-black conditions? Objection. Trite, do you have any idea what you're proposing? Oh, it's him. His visor glows in the dark. The only way he could have been seen in pitch black is if he glows. It is Armando. Armando was there? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to cover for him. Cover? For the man that killed her mother? There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you. Ha! You talk a good game, Trite, but let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff! No, Nick, don't! Please, stop! Maya is dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth! Alright, Mr. Wright, time to show us what you've got. Who was this person that you say Miss Faye saw in the darkness? Alright, who glows in the dark? It's only him, right? I mean, it's a man. Does Laurice glow in the dark? No. It's only Godot. It's only him. Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes? What? But how do you propose to show us something like that? It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night. Conditions! Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. This is... but it can't be. Ha! That was a nice bit of deduction. Trite. Well, everyone. No, but Armando did it. Armando did it to save Maya, and no doubt Misty would have asked him to save Maya no matter what. Well, everyone. This is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder! Order! Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing! Why aren't you denying it? Ha! Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person. What do you mean by that? If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights? Well, witness, answer the question. You're wrong! I never saw that. Maya! I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different reason. What? Witness! Stop your chattering, Your Honor. Chattering? If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man! Yes, Your Honor. Was that a red herring? I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but... The killer! When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. You were moved? From the garden back to the training hall. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all of the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man. No. So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor. No need to apologize. It's as Mr. Godot said, you are utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man. Also racist. No, sorry, wrong bad. Also sexist. Wrong one, my bad. Sorry, wrong one. Anyway,